Another day, another dollar. It's O.T.G. You already know, man. If you're here right now, then you already know. If you don't know, I guess I gotta say it. Another day, another dollar. It's O.T.G. Overtime grind. O.T.G. Daily.news. O.T.G. Supply to work. I'm O.T.G. Man, we gotta hop into this Funk Flex and T.I., Young Jeezy, and Busta Rhymes. You know what I mean? The other day, Funk Flex just tried to go crazy on T.I., you know what I mean? He didn't try, he actually did. You know, I never really heard somebody remix a Crime Stoppers commercial and try to, you know, I know somebody out there is about to fucking make a beat to that shit, if we being real. You know what I mean? But he chopped it down, said he wasn't the king of the South, said that his catalog wasn't hot, said that his catalog didn't stack up to nobody, that he was scared of Busta Rhymes, and he was about to be exposed with Young Jeezy. Yeah, it said people was gonna be in the comments calling him snitches and rats and shit because he lost the streets when he did the Crime Stoppers commercial. Was calling him all kinds of snitches, called him a snitch, and said he told on his man for accidentally pissing on Drake. You know, and then said that he was corny because back in the day, he act like he said it didn't happen, but then now, because he got an album coming out, he said that it did happen. You know what I mean? Called him short. Just really went in on him, you know what I mean? And he was premiering Busta Rhymes music, you know what I'm saying? So Funk Flex is he been on the radio so long, once you understand and hear that it's Busta Rhymes music, then you already understand why he going that way. He already trying to just build up some steam. So, you know, if he come at T.I. super crazy, and he got past beef with T.I., so part of this is why he chose T.I. to say that, and you could tell in certain things like that he said. Like he said the T.I. and Jeezy Verzuz is the biggest battle in his life, versus battle in his life, you know what I mean? It's the most important one. And there's reasons why he said that, you know, I guess I just get into the reasons why now. So, if you remember a couple years ago, there's a couple incidents. There's one time when T.I. came on Funk Flex, and he was just spazzing, his energy was kind of strong. And if you know Flex don't really like that shit. He was talking kind of heavy to him, you know, and talking heavy about heavy people. And you know, the next day it was a bunch of extraness about how T.I.'s energy was, and Flex didn't really like being on the second man on the totem pole list, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like they was equal energy. It was like he was chilling and T.I. was talking real aggressive, but it was kind of about the questions he was asking. You know, he asked him about who in the South would come sit at the table, and he was basically referencing Gucci Mane, but, you know, that was one time. So that was kind of the start of it. Well, then it was the whole Funk Flex said the shit about Tupac. You know what I mean? And said, called Tupac Cheddar Bob, and was disrespecting Tupac. And T.I. was the main person who came out and was like, yo, you need to chill. You need to check yourself. You know, the way you talking real greasy. And that's where we got the viral moment of Funk Flex crying on the live, saying he lied. He lied. You know what I mean? That's what he was talking about. That's that situation. And so I feel like he feels some kind of way because he got memed up. You know what I mean? And that meme's still around. You know, Joe Budden got it for a drop. So, you know, I feel like he already felt some kind of way. So that leads up to Busta Rhymes about to drop an album today, actually. And him calling out T.I. because T.I. was going around saying that he could battle anybody, he could get with anybody in the verses, and everybody was ducking the smoke, the niggas who was on his caliber, you know what I mean? And so part of that whole conversation now is you got the North and the South, and T.I. is always trying to force that conversation. So now you got Funk Flex, who is on Hot 97, which he considers the mecca of hip hop, and he been a DJ on there so long. You know what I mean? The last time him and T.I. got into it, he was talking real heavy about how in 1990 he was spinning Digital Underground on the radio and T.I. was 10. So he already feels like, you know, who is this young ass nigga talking shit to me, man? You better check yourself. So, you know, I think he's seeing an option right there when T.I. said he ain't want to do it and he called Busta Rhymes old. You know, say he was a dinosaur and he need to stick to people in his realm. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people took that a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like in T.I. mind, he was being as non-disrespectful as possible. You know what I mean? Like, I think about that a lot when people make fun of how he talks. It's just him trying to choose the right words to be as concise but clear and not disrespectful. But sometimes when you try to be so not disrespectful, you could be disrespectful because people feel like if you gotta try that hard, the nigga just say what you was trying to say in the first place, bro. Cause I can already feel you feel some kind of way, nigga. So what's up, man? Don't need to beat around the bush, acting all funny and shit, trying to use big words and shit, nigga. You know, that's how guys be feeling. So with that, I feel like once T.I. had said what he said, the live had went out. Busta was like, yo, I think you scared of the smoke, bro. You don't really want it with me. I go from when you came out, 2001 and up. Then I think it was a live of T.I. and Busta Rhymes, and T.I. was laying all these ground rules, and people was feeling like, yo, bro, you run around here talking about you want all the smoke. Then when somebody say they want smoke, now you got rules, bro. You know what I mean? So people was feeling like that with T.I. So this is a thing that was kind of growing. And I think Funk Flex noticed it and seen it. And so because he's seen it, and then kind of the energy of how Jeezy came out and proposed, let's do a versus, you know, yeah, you've been all around the world, but you ain't stopped with Snowman, or whatever the fuck he said in context of that, you know what I mean? It was like, bro, we cool and all that, but you been ducking because I ain't did no verses. You can come holler at me. So, boom. Once that happened, then he like, oh, I take both people. I feel like Flex was like, oh, I think he look kind of weak out here. And I feel some kind of way already. I feel some kind of way. He agitated me so much. Nigga got me crying on my gram and on my live. And now for 3 years or 4 years, I've been a fucking meme and niggas is using me for drops on their podcasts and shit. Like, you did that, nigga. And when I think about it, I remember when you first came to my show, you was talking real heavy and your energy was funny, and I ain't really like that shit then. So guess what? It looked like you damn. My man's about to drop his project. My man's look like he just fucking bullied you out of saying, no, nigga, you don't want to do it. You don't want to rumble. You try to run a different kind of way. Watch this. You know what I mean? So he tried to air him out. He didn't try, he did air him out with a lot of different soft points that got people, you know, feeling some kind of way. I got this clip of T.I. talking about, you know, people call him a snitch on High 97. I'm gonna play it.
So the streets, you hear that expression all the time, quote unquote. They say T.I. lost the streets, quote unquote, because when you had your legal situation, you told. What's your response to that?
I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, man, you know what I'm saying? I I go with the G code.
Okay.
And the G code tells us this is in prison and everything. You know what I'm saying? In prison, what they do, we have paperwork parties. You know what I'm saying? In prison, you have cars. A car is like whatever you running with. You know, so, because I was in Fed Pen, so it's like everybody moved from everywhere. Everybody sent from everywhere. It ain't like just people from New York or just people from here and there. So, the Georgia car, you know, the Georgia crew. When you get there, your crew come and make sure you have everything you need, you know what I'm saying? They speak to you, and then, but you have to produce your paperwork so they will know how to, you know what I'm saying, align themselves with
right,
you.
because if you're a snitch or you told, then you don't get the pass.
And you don't get something, I mean, it depends on who you are, you know what I'm saying? I've seen people who go in there show no telling, and they got, you know, they're like, yeah, and what?
They pay for that, though.
I rock, and what you gonna do? You know, some of them make it and some of them don't. Or I've seen people say, hey, you know what, look, man, you got to go check in. When they say check in, I mean, you got to go turn yourself into the hole and say, man, I can't walk this compound or else it's not safe for me.
And you're saying T.I. was able to walk the compound?
Man, absolutely, home. I ain't never been in no, when I got in trouble, they put me in said, but I ain't never been in no segregation, man. I always been in G and pop all the time.
So
you know
for the people,
and I turned in my paperwork, and when you turn in your paperwork, they look at it. It's called a paperwork party. They look at it on the yard. Everybody get to observe it and whatnot, and they know exactly what to look for. You know what I'm saying? Your court minutes. That means every time you done walked in the courtroom, what you have said, what the judge said, your plea agreement. That means in order for you to get this plea, what it is, you got to come forth with, and they got to submit this stuff. Your docket sheet. You know what I'm saying? All these things. And by the way, anyone who want to have if you want to have a online a Wi-Fi paperwork party, man, my Clifford J. Harris, 594-58-019 is my number.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I'm a different kind of loss right now.
Seriously, I don't have any paperwork. Nor have I been on the
I'll explain that. And I walked the compound, both my bids. And if I would have left, and then while I was gone, they found out something funny, and I came back. I walked the compound, both my bids, home. Yeah. And I ain't had no, I ain't in no gang where nobody just got no reason to protect me. I'm not no Muslim, you know what I'm saying? You know, like, for real, this is, anyway, back to the G code. The G code clearly states if you don't have overwhelming evidence to where, and who am I gonna be able to tell on, and they not say in prison right now, T.I. put me here.
Right.
Who is that? Who is that? You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest drug dealers I ever knew was Big Meech. You know what I'm saying? And Big Meech, he said publicly, hey man, I don't know why folks talking about my guy, because you know what I'm saying, this is absolutely false and not true, and whatever the blase woo-de-woo. And you know, everybody want to believe that, because if they would have got caught in them circumstances, that's what would have happened to them.
That's a shot. Shots fired. Shots fired.
They would have
Shots fired.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I stood solid. I'm talking about, I can say with a clear conscience and a pure heart that I've never ever had to tell anything on anybody about anything. I don't want to did time. When I went and did time for trap music, in between, right after Rubber Band, man, that was because they were questioning me about people that I knew, you know, who they were working on investigations on at the time. I didn't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Although you seen a picture of me and them when you raided their house, and you seen my name on some paperwork, but guess what? I don't know nothing. I don't know nobody. So they made me sit for that.
Come on, let's move on past this. I'm
solid, home. You can check mine through and through, man.
Hey, listen, if anyone ever
check mine through and through.
If anyone ever say T.I. is a snitch, I'd say he's a horrible snitch because he's done way too much jail time.
Nah, real talk, man. And check my court minutes, my docket sheet, everything. And
yeah, guys, get his docket sheet, please.
And let me check with the technicality. Because usually when I say this, I put this kind of truth out there. Then they come try and come sideways with the technicality, which is dry snitching. Which means when you go up and you are not involved in a case, but you were a witness and you have the opportunity to point the finger at somebody. When it was involved in my partner Field death in Cincinnati,
that's right.
I was subpoenaed to go to court. I was also out on $3 million federal bond and a pre-trial release where I had to walk around with marshals all the time because they wanted to make sure I wasn't gonna run and jump bond. And so when I was subpoenaed, the federal government knew, so I couldn't just not go. That's a violation of my bond restriction. Then I'm gonna lose my $3 million and my freedom. Now I got to go, and plus my partner mama said she wanted me to go, so I went and I sat up there and I told the God's honest truth. I looked at that man right there. I said, hey, look, I can't tell anybody whether or not that man was the man who did any shooting, because I saw fire and I returned fire. That's all I saw. I don't know if it was him or anybody else. That man in prison right now, not because I said my partner, he killed my partner, because who was in the car with him said he killed my partner. That ain't got nothing to do with me. His own brothers and partners. They ain't got nothing to do with me. When I got out there, go to the Cincinnati K, check T.I.'s minutes, court minutes, docket sheet. What I said, I don't know if it was him. I don't want to put nobody in prison unnecessarily if I'm not sure, and I can't beyond a doubt say that was the man. Period. That's what I said.
Listen, I'm sorry, I do have a question about this now. So are you saying that even in the case in which your guy was killed,
In a shootout.
My best friend in a
the
shootout.
best friend in the world was killed.
Yeah.
You still wouldn't come out and finger someone for that? It was their own part. That's against the G code to be like, no, that guy killed my partner.
Because we were shooting too. They shot at us and we shot
But
back.
that's what makes it a violation, that you guys know you were both part of the game.
Nah, no.
Now what if
I'm not finna say what I want to say.
Right, I got you. What if it was a
I'm not
situation?
gonna do it.
What if it was a situation where it wasn't a shootout like that, but it was a random, unrelated to business dealings murder of someone?
I don't even know. I ain't speaking to no police about really nothing. The only time I'm gonna speak to the police is if probably somebody got my people kidnapped and I can't got no way to go and nowhere to find out.
Now, if something happened to your children and you wasn't there and you know,
that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay, let's. Cause I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm not a criminal.
You're calling the cops.
I'm calling 911.
Me too.
I'm not a criminal either. And I'm not gonna call 911. I'm not gonna speak to him. I'm just gonna walk off, man. I'm gonna walk away
I'm
from
calling
the scene.
somebody.
So I'm
The little text number, the 911.
911's in my fave.
Whatever you got. If they got apps for it, I'm using that too.
All right. So sorry y'all niggas had to sit and listen to the whole thing. But, you know, a lot of motherfuckers will just give you little clips and then try to go off the clips. Like, I know that shit was loud enough. You know what I mean? So that was T.I.'s whole thing. You had a paperwork party and check his docket and check his minutes and check the discrepancy of his dry snitching because he was subpoenaed and he was out on federal bail and all that shit. That's what he was talking about right there. That's his description. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Like, I understand how real life works. I don't think he told on nobody that way. I also understand the reference that Funk Flex is trying to make, like you trying to encourage people to tell. But at the same time, man, at 40 years old, I'm telling my daughter call cops if something weird is going on and this is happening and that's happening and this is happening. So to a certain extent, I understand why he may have did the commercial, because motherfuckers is the kids who's 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, but at the same time, does it tarnish your shit? Fuck yeah, it does, man. Like, it's just rap. We didn't make the rules. We just a part of this shit. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers be like, oh, you gotta change the rules because the street is just what it is, bro. Rap was already here. Well, I'm born in 1980, my nigga. So them niggas was rapping as I was growing. For some of y'all niggas, rap was already here when you got here, which means that's already the rules. And the changing the rules makes it not hip-hop no more. So it just is what it is, man. It's going to be some new shit, and the new shit ain't really the old shit. The old shit is the old shit because it's the history and it's the foundation and it's the glue. Excuse me. The new shit is the new shit because it's the new paint, it's the new lights, it's all this other cool shit, but it's still built on a good foundation that you just gotta rep the old shit, and you want to replicate that foundation because you're building on building new shit on top of a good foundation. Understand? So, you know, that's kind of how that is. So you can't erase those rules. They probably always going to be embedded in somewhere. Somebody going to pass it down and it's going to successfully work. And so it's going to be passed down again. So when we get to this, we got Flex. That's Flex whole thing. That's T.I. deal on snitching. I feel like my true feeling is I feel like all this shit was promo for real. And I feel like T.I. is at the butt of it. But at the end of the day, he's so used to defending himself, and the hype is going to be so much, and people talking about it like we doing these videos. You know, I felt like Verzuz is a little bit slow motion right now. It seemed like them niggas just ran out of people. You know what I mean? And we always like, I wonder who they going to get next, because it feel like they already got niggas. You know what I mean? But when it happens, but I feel like they try and build us up for some pay-per-view or you gotta pay for it or some weird shit like that. Because it also felt like maybe it's just how Flex talk. You know, ever since Charlamagne called him Flex Hogan, it sounded like that motherfucker be just going in to try to get motherfuckers hyped up to buy a fight or some shit. You know what I mean? So, you know, he sent some shots at Fabulous for fabulous performance in the Verzuz and saying he lost, he got ran. He tried to send some smoke at Rick Ross, you know what I'm saying? He was in his bag, but he was trying to debut that new Busta Rhymes. Do I feel like Busta Rhymes had something to say about it, and that's where he got the gas from? 50-50, maybe Busta felt some kind of way, because, you know, the way T.I. was saying shit, you know, they're not even keel and shit like that. I think, you know, that would definitely make somebody possibly get in their motherfucking feelings, you know what I mean? And want to say, yo, what's up to somebody. So, and if that's Flex Man, he probably heard that in his voice when he asked him about it, you know what I mean? And he trying to hold him down. So, you know, I could easily see part of that was put together for the Busta Rhymes release. I don't know if Busta Rhymes had a part of it. My 50-50 makes it really a quarter when we talking about Flex. I feel like the 75% of it was he already had beef with T.I. and the whole T.I. shit just happened when Busta Rhymes' album come out on the 30th. He was just trying to ram and give Verzuz some play because they about to debut and try to get some pull and plug and really get Busta's name in there so he could get a Verzuz after T.I. and Jeezy, you know what I mean? Now, who do I feel is going to win out of T.I. and Jeezy? I think it's really going to be song selection, man. I feel like T.I. got a good catalog. I feel like a lot of it didn't age good, but it's good in the moment. And in the moment when they play them songs, niggas gonna reminisce, niggas gonna fuck with it. I think Jeezy's catalog is kind of the same too. You know, the visuals of Jeezy now and how he's moving and the things that he's doing kind of, you know, make the music feel a little different. If he tries to play every Jay-Z feature and Nas feature and features the fucking death, that's gonna be kind of trash. You know what I mean? Either one of them, like, they know what we want to hear, so they better play the shit we want to hear and not play a bunch of fucking weird shit, you know what I'm saying? Because whoever plays the most features, and this was Jay-Z, and yeah, because we got the President song, I did the song for, nobody want to hear that my president is black shit, nigga. We want to hear some real trapping shit, bro. That's what we want to hear, and if you make the missteps, you know, like, niggas don't really want to hear my life. We don't want to hear that shit, man. We want to hear I like my beat. Damn, look. We want to hear that shit, nigga. That's what we want to hear from T.I. and Jeezy. If y'all niggas not doing that, then, you know, it's going to be trash. It's going to be a long night. And whoever plays the most street shit is going to win. You know what I mean? I don't feel like nobody's going to get exposed in the comments, and I think Funk Flex will look weird. He said he was going to be in the comments to try to expose T.I. I think that's going to be weird. That's what made me think that it's just like some strategic promotion or something, because why the fuck would you be telling motherfuckers you going to be in the comments exposing this nigga when Jeezy is whooping his ass in a Verzuz? Like, why would he go on the radio of Hot 97 and say, go to Verzuz and watch me in the comments? Like, you know they get paid for viewership, and if you beefing with T.I. and you really think he a bum, all you really doing is sending him a whole bunch of work. You know, even though it seems like hate on the front, on the bottom, it's a whole bunch of work and a whole bunch of views. So that's why I feel like it's kind of maybe some strategic promotion going on or something like that. You know, I feel like Busta Rhymes' album about to slap. You know, I feel like people not giving Busta Rhymes a fair shot as somebody good. Like, I feel like Missy is good. A lot of people hate that, but I think it's really because she's a female. I don't know. Who do you think Busta Rhymes should go against? I think T.I. got a chance of winning for sure if he plays the right songs. And I think Jeezy, it's a pivotal moment for Jeezy. He had a couple missteps with that TikTok video, a couple things he been promoting, trying to transition from being Snowman and Trap Boy Jeezy to working with the Democrats and having talk show and being married Jeezy, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like he needs to go out strong, and this seems like a good platform and got a bunch of talk building up. I guess this is the start of season 2, and Verzuz needed, man, because they just dropped off the map out the blue, you know what I mean? So I feel like maybe there's some Don King shit to build it all up. But let me know how you feel, man. Good, bad, ugly. If you disagree, put it in the comments. You dislike the video, put it in the comment. Don't like the background, put it in the comment. You fuck with a nigga, put it in the comments, bro. If you want hate on every single video, subscribe, share it to your other hater friends, and then hit the notification bell so you could be the first nigga to have jokes in the comments. It's all good with me, man. We built in a family. And you know, you got people who joke, some shit you gonna fuck with, some shit you gonna be like, O.T.G, shut the fuck up. And I'm still gonna drop videos, man, because it's my channel and that's what I'm gonna do. So if you fuck with me, fuck with me. You understand? Rain, sleet, snow, sunny. Every day is Monday. It's overtime grind. O.T.G.